everyone, I am Aman and today I am going to tell you the lead code problem number 9, that is palindrome number, and it comes under the basic and easy problem on the lead code. So let's go through the problem here. So here the problem is, and given an integer x returns true if x is a palindrome, otherwise it will give false. That's exactly what the question says. So let's go through with one example here. Before that, I'm going to tell you what exactly palindrome. So palindrome nothing but it is an type of sequence or a phrase or a sequence of symbols that read backward as well as forward. It's mean like what some let's go through some example. Suppose if we have a string called madam, so let's give their indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose I have to reverse this string, the output will be same. So if I have to reverse this string, what it will be like 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And if we write at their indexes, like again it will print or gives the madam only, whether it is from 0 index to 4 or 4 to 0, it will give the same string madam. Again, if we go through one example, like take an integer called 12521, what it will be give, like first write their indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then reverse this, what it will give, like again 1 at in suppose I have to reverse this, so 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's write their indexes value. 4 at 1, 3 is 2, 3 again 2 is 5, 1 is 2, and 0 is 1. You can see here the values are again same. So like that, these are the examples of palindrome. That's we have to check here in the given input for the every x variables. So if the number gives the same output, then it will be a palindrome, otherwise it will gives false. If the statement is true, then we have to print in output as true, otherwise we have to print false. So let's check their conditions, what they want exactly. We will go through with the example first. After that, I tell you the script notes by my written hand. In that, you can clear what exactly the palindrome approach. Okay, so here first we are taking an input x. Let's print their outputs. How it will be true. So if we read an input 1 to 1, it will be gives again 1 to 1. If we move from left to right or right to left, it will give the same output like 1 to 1. So that's why it's a true. It's a palindrome. Comes under its palindrome. And if we can see in example 2, suppose we have an integer or a number minus 1 to 1, and if we have to reverse this string, what it will give like 212 minus, this will be the output for this string. But we can see here the output is not matched for the input. Like if we move from left to right, it will give minus 1 to 1 to 2 give 1 to minus 1, like that it will give. Therefore the output is not matched by the input, or we can say that the input string is not matched by the output string, means the reversed string. So that's why it is not an palindrome. There is some other conditions for follow this string matching, or the checking whether the given number or a sequence of symbols are palindrome or not. Let's go through this page. So here I'm gonna tell you what's the problem exactly, what and how we can do this problem basically. So here a palindrome reads the same from forward and backward, what exactly I said to you. And suppose a number is negative, then there will be no minus, or there is a minus sign, then it will not a palindrome. Like whatever here writing, negative numbers are never palindromes because of the minus sign. That's why we can see here in this example there is a minus symbol, that's why it was not an palindrome. We reverse the half of the number to avoid the flow to extra spaces. Okay, so let's see the approach how we can solve this. So if x is less than 0, so immediately we have to return false because there is no number exist. Second one, if the last digit is 0 but the number is not 0, then it's also give false, because here we can see one example. If we have 10, so suppose if we have 10, when we have reversed it, but it will give 0 1, so the output is not matched. This is one two conditions that we have to take in our mind during solving the problem. So the third step is reverse only the half of the number, then we will get the number is whether palindrome or not. So take an last digit using x modulo 10. We have to find the last digit uh, from the variable x, then append to the reverse half equals to reverse half into 10 plus last digit. What are the digits we get here? We have to add in our reverse half, and again we have to divide the x by 10 to removing the last element of the variable. So when x is less than equals to reverse half, we have to proceed the digit, and finally we get the reverse half reversed output for the string. If the half string, if the reverse half is equals to x, then it is a palindrome, otherwise no. So here is some conditions we have to check whether the number is palindrome or not. So if our given x is equals to reverse half, then it means it's a palindrome. When it is palindrome for equals to half reverse half, if the given number is even, and the another is if x equals to reverse half by 10, then the output of the digit is odd, the number of digit is odd, then we have to follow this rule. If x equals to reverse half by 10, then it's also a palindrome. So here we can see with one example what we have exactly is, suppose if we have one digit as, or the x value is 1 2 3 2 1, then reverse half we can performing the reverse half by taking first x by x modulo 10, taking the last digit, and we have to forward to the reverse half and append that modulo values of x in the reverse half. So firstly we are taking this number and taking modulo 10, what it will be the reverse of 1, and the variables is of x is 1 2 3 2. Again we are doing the same process, then last digit will comes to the reverse half, then 1 2, and x will be 1 2 and 3. Again we are performing same thing. Taking a model of x, it will forward the reminder value to the reverse half. So here you can see again reverse half is 1, 2 and 3, and the x is 1 and 2 only. So we can see here the reverse half is odd. So we can take a modulo for the reverse half. It means dividing the reverse half by 10, then it will give 12, and the 12 is equals to the original value, is mean the given remaining value of x, that is 12. So the reverse half is equals to 12. So this given values are palindrome. We are just proved here, and whatever I write in the code is similar to that. Like firstly we have an integer x, and in that is storing some values. Let's just suppose 1 2 3 2 1. What I have tell you here exactly we have to see here same. For applying this or checking this whether the given variable is palindrome or not, we are checking the some conditions here. If x is less than 0 or x modulo 10 equals to 0 and x is not equals to 0, then simply it will give false. So you already I tell you here, if the number is null, then it will give false. If the number is value at the end is 0 or the variable modulo 10 is 0 and the variable is not null, then it will also give false. For the checking whether the string or the variable is uh, palindrome or not, we can follow the next step is here. Like suppose we are taking an empty values, like initializing one variables like reverse half is equals to 0. We are checking through while conditions. If x is greater than reverse half, we are applying some conditions here. Suppose again we are initializing one digit with x modulo 10 for taking the last digit of the number, and do the reverse half equals to reverse half into 10 plus digit. That's we have to move that last digit to the reverse half. After that we can remove that last digit by doing x divided by 10. X equals to x divided by 10, removing the last element from the variable x. So at the end we have to return x equals to half, checking whether where our x is equals to reverse half, then it will give true. And if the second condition is first condition is true and the second condition is false, that always gives true. And if suppose first condition is false, second statement is true, then it will also give true. In the both cases the statements are true and the elements are palindrome. And we can see here for the odd conditions, if x equals to reverse half by 10, then also a given number is an palindrome. So simply these are the approach to solve this palindrome number problem. So here we can go through the code for the given problem is. So here is the code for the given problem palindrome number. So I'm gonna tell you how is this code is working. You can see here the output is also so here is the output. This gives a true statement as well as. So we can see if the conditions I'm already tell you this, we are taking initializing with reverse half to check whether reverse half equals to x or not. Okay, again we are checking with one condition. Why we are doing this? Digit equals to x modulo 2 to take the EMI and the reminder value or the last element of the di digits. Okay, and why we are doing this? To push the element into the reverse half. And why we are doing this? X equals to x divided by 10, because of the removing the last element from the digit or x. Okay, and here we are checking the conditions, whether the statement is true or false. So thank you for this. This is the code, and here is the code. I means problem, and I already shared all the things and I explained all the contents. So thank you for this watching.